What's up, Steelers Nation? The black and gold are back at it again, pushing harder than ever to improve and bring that Lombardi trophy back home to Pittsburgh. And let me tell you, things are heating up in a big way. The front office is making moves, the players are grinding, and this quarterback situation, it's absolutely electric. Before we dive into the latest bombshell updates about Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, and the red-hot Steelers offense heading into 2025, smash that like button to support the channel and subscribe if you bleed black and gold. Every like helps us reach more die-hard fans like you. Now, let's talk Rodgers. Let's talk Rudolph. And let's talk about how this Steelers offense might be one of the most explosive we've seen in years. Steelers Nation, we've been waiting for weeks, months even, for Aaron Rodgers. To make it official, is he coming to Pittsburgh or not? Well, according to NFL insider Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk Live, the wait might finally be over. Florio now believes Rodgers will be in Pittsburgh as soon as Tuesday, May 27th, for the start of Phase 3 of OTAs. Let that sink in. Tuesday, May 27th, that's less than 2 weeks from now, and Florio didn't stop there. He went on to say, I think there's going to be a press conference this week, and he'll be there with the team next Tuesday. That would mean Rodgers is finally putting pen to paper to become the Steelers' Week 1 starter for the 2025 season. Now, if you're like me, you're wondering, what changed? Why now? Well, a source reportedly close to Rodgers told Florio that the veteran QB considers post-Memorial Day the time when the offseason becomes highly relevant. Translation: Rodgers never wanted to deal with the early grind of the offseason. He wants to show up when the real install begins. That tracks with what Steelers reporter Mark Kaboly said last week. He thought Rodgers just didn't want to deal with OTAs or minicamp. But now, it's sounding more and more like the wheels are in motion for the future Hall of Famer to finally join this team. Here's the other big factor. According to the Times-Picayune's Jeff Duncan, the New Orleans Saints, a team that just lost Derek Carr to retirement, were never seriously considering Rodgers. They're reportedly rolling with rookie Tyler Show. So now let's think about it. What other team out there is a legitimate contender and has the infrastructure ready for Rodgers? It's not New England. It's not Washington. And with the Jets completely out of the picture, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the last real destination on the board unless some team loses a QB1 in training camp. Folks, this might be the moment. This might be when Aaron Rodgers finally steps up and says, I'm ready to win in Pittsburgh. And if you remember what Ian O'Connor, Rodgers' own biographer, said last week, he expects Rodgers to be in uniform on June 10th for mandatory minicamp. Why? Because of the backlash Rodgers got for skipping Jets minicamp last year for a trip to Egypt. That criticism clearly hit a nerve, and with Rodgers reportedly very aware of his image and legacy, there's reason to believe he wants to get it right this time. But while we all wait for Rodgers to sign that dotted line, let's not forget about a name we all know too well, Mason Rudolph. Rudolph might not be the flashiest name in the QB room, but he's currently the guy holding down the fort. And in a recent appearance on the Kabbali Plus Mac podcast, Rudolph opened up about just how much Pittsburgh means to him. Reflecting on his short time away with the Tennessee Titans, Rudolph said, It makes me appreciate Pittsburgh and the way we do things here, the way the front office operates and the ownership. Getting an outside perspective makes you appreciate what we have in Pittsburgh. Now that's the kind of attitude Steelers Nation respects. He's seen how other franchises operate. He's been in another building, and now he's back because he believes in this team and in this city. Remember, this is a guy who was once looked at as a potential successor to Ben Roethlisberger. Drafted in the 3rd round back in 2018, he's been through ups and downs. But one thing he's never lost, his professionalism and commitment to this team. Rudolph may not be QB1 in Week 1, especially if Rodgers signs. But make no mistake, he's a valuable presence in that locker room. Here's where things get really exciting. Steelers fans, no matter who starts at quarterback in 2025, Rodgers or Rudolph, This offense is loaded with firepower. We've got DK Metcalf, one of the most physically dominant receivers in the NFL, now lining up in black and gold. That move alone changed the entire dynamic of this team. Add in Caleb Johnson, the rookie running back who's already turning heads. He's fast, he's tough, and he might just be the future of the backfield. Don't forget Calvin Austin III either. A blazing fast receiver and return man who adds even more juice to the offense. And with a revamped offensive line and better depth at tight end, this offense is in a far better position than it was. Just 1 year ago, Rudolph mentioned on the podcast that he's been working hard to build chemistry with the new receivers. Whether he ends up as QB1 or not, that work will pay off in helping Rodgers, if and when he arrives, hit the ground running. This unit is primed to explode, and Rodgers, if he really does sign next week, might be walking into one of the most underrated offensive arsenals in the league. Steelers Nation. Here's the deal. The team is still waiting on Aaron Rodgers to make a final decision. With OTAs right around the corner, you'd think we'd have clarity by now. But nope. Rodgers has yet to sign. No official press conference, no practice appearances, nothing but silence. And here's where it gets real interesting. According to Andrew Filipponi, who hosts over at 93.7 The Fan, not everyone inside the Steelers building is excited about Rodgers possibly joining the team. Filipponi dropped a nugget that's causing serious waves among Steelers media and fans alike. He said, "I don't think there's a lot of people over there in Pittsburgh that want Aaron Rodgers. I just don't. And Mike Tomlin is the one that matters most. It's his decision. The owner, Art Rooney II, is just along for the ride. I don't think the offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, really wanted him either. He wanted Justin Fields." Whoa, that's a serious claim. Not just that Arthur Smith isn't hyped about Rodgers, but that he specifically wanted Justin Fields instead. If that's true, it raises a massive question. Are we about to see a power struggle behind closed doors in Pittsburgh? Let's break it down. Arthur Smith was brought in this offseason to rebuild the Steelers' offense. Plain and simple. His blueprint is the same one he used in Tennessee with Derrick Henry. Run first, ball control, physical football. Rodgers? That's not his style. Rodgers is known for changing plays at the line, holding the ball longer and running things on his terms. He's not just a quarterback, he's a play caller in his own right. And while that worked for him in Green Bay for a while, it reportedly rubbed coaches the wrong way in New York with the Jets. Smith, on the other hand, wants full control of the offensive flow. He wants structure, timing, and a commitment to the ground game. So from a pure football philosophy standpoint, these two might be on a collision course. And remember, Rodgers isn't exactly known for playing nice with new systems. He likes things his way. That's probably why Smith was hoping for a younger, moldable quarterback like Justin Fields, who could grow into the system and let the offensive coordinator drive the game plan. Now here's where things get even more intriguing. Despite the reported tension, Mike Tomlin is still believed to be all in on Rodgers. Filipponi suggested that Tomlin doesn't really answer to ownership, that Art Rooney II trusts Tomlin to steer the ship. That means if Tomlin wants Rodgers under center, that's what's going to happen, even if it ruffles feathers in the coaching room. Tomlin wants to win now. He's not trying to rebuild. He's not waiting for Will Howard to develop or for Mason Rudolph to have a breakout year. He wants a Super Bowl push this year. And in Tomlin's mind, if Rodgers is healthy, motivated, and bought in, then he gives Pittsburgh its best chance to compete in the AFC. Let's be honest. If Rodgers does sign with Pittsburgh, there's a good chance he's going to want things his way. That could mean designing his own plays audibling out of Arthur Smith's run-heavy calls, lobbying for former teammates like Allen Lazard pushing the front office to make mid-season moves. We've seen him do this before, most recently with the Jets. And if Tomlin gives him full control, it could completely change the team dynamic. That might work for a while, but it could also create major conflict behind the scenes if results don't come fast. So the real question becomes, will Rodgers adapt to Pittsburgh's system, or will Pittsburgh have to adapt to Rodgers? So here we are. All signs point to a Rodgers decision coming any day now. The insiders say he's nearly ready. The roster is stacked, the culture is strong, and the city is hungry. But now I want to hear from you, Steelers Nation. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will actually sign with the Steelers this week? Are you comfortable with Mason Rudolph starting if Rodgers doesn't come? And how dangerous do you think this offense can be in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Let's get the debate going like we always do. And if you're hyped for Steelers football, if you believe in this team, and if you want to stay on top of every twist and turn this offseason, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're building something special here, just like the Steelers are. And we want you along for the ride. Until next time, let's go Steelers.